Spider. It's a name that comes from the term for a two-seat horse cart with a rickety canvas folding top, whose support struts had spindly legs, which looked a bit like a spider, apparently. Anyway, history lesson over. The 12C Spider hasn't got spindly legs, or any canvas. What it has got is this two-piece roof, 17 seconds from watertight to sunshine, up to 19 miles an hour should you get caught at the lights.
If it's raining too hard to have the whole roof off, you can drop this little bit of glass at the back on its own, so you can hear the thunderous noise coming out of there. Mind you, I do think you should just leave the whole lot off. Because then you can do this.
But what it has got, like all McLarens, is plenty of non-literal horses.
Now under that cover that the roof folds back into is the same 3.8 litre V8 as the coupe with the same pair of turbos. It's got 616 brake horsepower and 443 torques in a car that weighs exactly the same as a family hatch. This 7-speed SSG gearbox, it's a dual clutch, is a really neat thing. It's pull up on the right for an up, down on the left for down, but the paddles actually work in both directions. So if you pull up on the right, you get up, but if you push it away from you, you get down. And if you pull up on the left, you get down, but if you push away, you get up. You got that? It took me a little while as well. Now it's wet out here, which means that you've got to be quite careful feeding the power in. But when it's got grip, all the change falls out your pockets. It's also got some really rather neat tricks up its electromechanical sleeves. Here's one of them. The launch control button. Press that. Boost building, boost ready, let the brake go. You get 0 to 62 miles an hour in 3.3 seconds and it'll do 204, apparently.
It's pretty much as quick as the coupe, certainly into the kind of speeds that see you put into prison without parole if you do it on the road.
And the good bit is, because this Spider is based on exactly the same carbon monocell as the coupe, the stiffness is exactly the same. It just adds about 40 kilograms in weight because of the roof mechanism, which isn't that much.
Underneath, it's exactly the same as the coupe too. So there's hydraulic damping and lots of lightweight aluminium. And a proper ride. This isn't a backbreaker like some supercars. In fact, it's surprisingly usable for just pottering about showing off in the Asda car park. And the good stuff continues on the inside. You sit in the absolute perfect position. The interior is clean and serene, and there's even plenty of luggage space. One big hole in the front boot, and then two smaller fitted baggages that fit under the roof tonneau if you aren't going to drop the top. The strange thing about the 12C is the fact that it's one of the few cars that's actually faster with the traction control on, for most of us anyway. It's all controlled by these two knobs, and it's absolutely epic.
Normal mode, and there's no scariness, no matter how slippy it is, and no matter how aggressive you are with the throttle. Look, I just boot it. It won't let me have full throttle until the car's got grip and it's going in a straight line. I'm going to switch into sport mode, press active, and everything's a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, but as you turn in, if you get to the apex of the corner and boot it, there's a little bit of oversteer, but again, it won't let me have full throttle until I've straightened up and I've got grip. Very, very safe. And then this time, we're going to switch into track mode, come into the corner, even the exhaust's a little bit louder, change down, turn in, feels a little bit more immediate on the throttle, and as we boot it, just allows you a little bit of oversteer. But it doesn't let that slide go any further, so it kind of saves you. Makes you look cool, but not a fool. Now this is with all of the traction control switched off. This won't help me at all.
But then this tends to happen. Oh dear. Because the 12C is a little handfulish when you cross the line. Thank God for airfields and their replaceable landing lights. So here's the weird bit. The 12C is faster than anything else in this supercar segment, including the Ferrari 458. But being the absolute fastest isn't necessarily everything. It's a more accessible fast car than the Ferrari, right up to the limit. Step over the limit though, and it'll have your arm off. It doesn't want to play, it just wants to go fast. It also sounds faintly industrial rather than operatic thanks to those turbos. And they also take just a bit to get going, so you still get just a moment of turbo lag. Which means that you come away from the 12C impressed and respectful, but not exactly in love with it. But the Spider adds an extra element that the 12C Coupe lacks. It makes it more fun, noisier, just a little bit more connected going slowly. Which means it's more fun more of the time than the hardtop for no real difference in the driving experience.
So, we'd have a McLaren 12C Spider over a coupe, but unfortunately, likely a Ferrari 458 over either of them. Now, where do you think they left the keys to the P1?